Hi guys, this video covers only the important topic of DBMS which can come in your interview. This course has been designed in such a way that it can help CSE as well as non CSE student. So guys, if you are preparing for an interview, then welcome and let's get started.
Hey guys, welcome back. So after DBMS interview tutorial, now this time for SQL tutorial. This SQL tutorial is completely based on my learning. How I learned SQL. As I've already told you, I'm Oracle SQL Fundamental certified with 94%. So how I learned SQL is completely different way. I did not learn it from any website or any YouTube channel. How YouTube channel and other website are teaching is basically I would not prefer that way. I attended offline classes, offline training, and trust me, I'm going to teach you in a very different way. My roadmap will be completely different and you will find it very soon. So have a look at this lecture and decide, did I make you comfortable with SQL introduction? So in this tutorial, we will learn at very high level. So basically I have filtered out so many unnecessary content. My focus point are diagram or mapping, table mapping. So basically what happens whenever you are attending any online interview, online test, online exam for company's drive, or whether you are working in an organization, what happens whenever some requirement comes, you have a table mapping, you have a class, you have the architecture of the tables, how the tables are interconnected with each other. So basically the first focus should be on the table mapping or the diagram which is provided to the student for an interview or for the online test. So first focus point, diagram or table mapping, which I'll cover just after a few minutes. Now the second point is problem statement. Now what your problem statement is saying, understand the problem statement properly. Is it asking for some group of student or group of employees who is living in the city Bangalore, or what is the problem statement is saying? Now the third point you should focus, in which table I can find these rows, in which table I can find these rows. So the third point should be, try to find out the table from where you can get your rows. Now the fourth point should be your business logic. Now basically you have got the idea from where I'm going to fetch. What would be my approach to go to that table? If the table is, I need to fetch data from 2 to 3 table, then you'll find the path, the way to reach those table and to connect those table. Then you'll implement the business logic. This is how I learned SQL. I followed these 4 steps. Trust me, it sounds very difficult as of now, but it will be very easy when you will come, you will start solving programming language on. Now, basically how SQL statements work. So if you are a backend developer, if you have seen my tutorial, if you have seen my video on full stack development, in full stack development I have covered one point where I have explained the flow diagram, the flow of project, how a project flows. So basically if you have not seen that, I will request you can pause the video, you can go ahead and see that, watch that video where I have explained how actually the database and your service communicate with each other. So basically if you are a backend developer, then you should have at least a good knowledge on database SQL query as well, because the SQL query what we are writing, we are using is it basically in our business logic, right? This is nothing but a business logic. What a business want, what are the data it want us to fetch from the database. So that's a business logic, right? So whenever we are triggering any SQL statement, it is hitting our RDBMS. Okay, so here we have a RDBMS. What is RDBMS? What is RDBMS server? So if you haven't if you haven't watched my DBMS tutorial series, that is also for interview point of view, and I have covered only important topic which is required for you, then please go ahead and watch that. You will get to know what is RDBMS. Now the SQL statement hits the RDBMS, and from the RDBMS we get the result. So presently what it is asking, select reason name from reason. So basically reason is some table and it wants us to give only the reason name. So here we have the table. In the table we have Europe, we have America, Asia. This is the reason name. That's what we get from the database. Now basically how we write any query, we have some select statement, we have some, this star is nothing but just as of now you can consider this as some rows. Okay, star means all the rows, but here let's take an example, like whatever rows we want to fetch, I have marked it as a green from table. Now the table we have to think about from which table we have to fetch. Now at the end we need to think about the business logic. Now first focus should be, first we will, before writing any query, we'll see how many rows we want to fetch. So presently we want to fetch only reason name. So after select statement we'll write the number of rows we want to fetch. Then the second will be the table containing that column. So how many column you want to select? You want to select only one column, that is the reason name. Then which table is containing that column? That table name you have to write. Maybe there are multiple tables. Maybe you want to fetch multiple columns. Maybe that multiple column is coming from multiple tables. So you will be fetching multiple rows, multiple columns from multiple table. So basically that from table, here we will be writing the logic of some joins, some inner join, outer join, left join, what join we have to use to make it work, to fetch the data. That we will cover it very soon. Now the third part comes the operations, the business logic. Okay, do you want this directly, you want to fetch some data, or you want to manipulate it, like the salary should be greater than 50K. Fetch the result of the employee whose salary is greater than 50K, or fetch the result of employee who are staying in Bangalore. So staying in Bangalore is the logic. Select employee's name. Employee's name is a column. And from which table? Employee table. Who are staying in where? Bangalore. Bangalore, what is this? This is a business logic. So this is the way we should write any SQL query. This is the proper way. Now, don't get scared by seeing this diagram, because this is the diagram I'm talking about, and this is the table mapping I'm talking about, which everybody should know and everybody should understand. I'm not saying understand this table, how to create this, class diagram. I'm not saying that. My point is just understand this table. There is nothing rocket science in understanding this table. You can see here, the first table at the center is a movie table, and the movie table is connected with the movie cast, and the movie table is connected with the direction table. It is also connected with movie, its rating, and many more, right? So basically how these tables are connected with each other, this is a diagram of that. So data flows from table to table, or like this way, how we have we have to make the mapping so that the table should be interconnected with each other. It should not be independent. If the table is some table you have created and it is independent, then what is the meaning of that table? So you can see here, every table is interconnected with each other, some or other way. So basically, why I'm showing you this diagram, because in your drive test, placement drive test, or your in corporation, in the world, in the IT sector, wherever you are going, you will be either given a mapping, or you will be either provided with this the diagram. So basically you need to understand the flow. Now suppose if I ask you, fetch me the actor name and the director name who has worked together. So what you'll do, here is the actor class, here is the actor class, and here is the director class. So basically what you'll do, first identify whether these two two classes are interconnected with each other. So as you can see, these two classes are not at all interconnected with each other. So basically these classes, how they are connected? They are connected, they are connected with movie cast, then movie, then the movie will come to the movie direction, then movie direction is going to director. So as I noticed, like, to go to fetch the director and actor, the both, or to club together both the classes or the both table, what I have to do? I have to go through movie cast, movie, movie direction, and director. So basically I have to join how many table? Here is the second catch. You got to know what are the rows, what are the columns you have to fetch. ACT underscore I name and dir underscore I name. So select ATC ACT I name, comma dir f name. Okay. Now the second catch. From where? From actor. Actor will be joining with cast. Cast will be joining with movie. Movie will be joining with movie director, and movie director will be joining with director. Got my point? But which join I should use? There's a question. So I should have a good knowledge on joins. So that's what we are going to do in the next lecture. We'll cover the join part. Now you understood, right, why we use join? Because I wanted to fetch the result from actor and director are not connected with each other directly. So I'm going to use one join, and that join will be joining 4 table at a time, not 4. The actor table 1, movie cast, movie, movie direction, and director 5 table it is going to join. Right. Now here's the catch, like, this is a straightforward question. Just fetch the name of these two and you have to just simply join these. There is no business logic like where clause, where director is something called, or is equal to is equal to. We are not going to implement any operators or operation over here. It will be very straightforward join, and that join will be giving me the result of act name and dir name. So in the next lecture, I'll be covering join, how to join any tables. So this is how I approached while I started learning SQL, not by going through, there are so many YouTubers, they will teach you like what is primary key, what is, alternative key. So basically what happens, right, if you start digging from the very basics, so you have started, suppose you have started working on the select statement, select start from table. So basically what happens, while you go into some deep dive, some things are not required for you to learn or to think much. As an interview point of view or as a corporate world, it doesn't require, if you are some backend developer, it doesn't require you to know what is candidate key. It doesn't require you to know what is alternative key. Okay, but meanwhile you will learn that because these things are very basics. So basically I think that you know what is primary key, because by this time, by after completing your 4 year of graduations, or I'm assuming, or any corporate people, if they are working and they are watching this, I am assuming that they know what is called primary key. So primary key is a key which is unique in any table. So if you have watched my DBMS tutorial, you are very much aware of what is primary key. I don't have to teach you here. So that's why this tutorial will be mostly based on high level, and you will get to know very easily how to write the queries and all that stuff, and I'll make you comfortable with all this stuff. Trust me, it's going to be very easy and very straightforward, and you will not struggle at all until or unless you are not getting what is join. So the join is somewhere little bit tricky, not much, trust me, not at all much. The join is not tough, and at the end what you have to implement the business logic, where you will writing where the employee name is equal to something, or salary is greater than something, or date range should be this, or the number should, the grade of person should be between this and this. So basically that's going to be very easy. Now one thing I want you to, I just take a screenshot of this SQL operator. There is nothing to teach in SQL operator. You are not at all in first year, second year, third year. I'm assuming nobody is in first year, second year. Take a screenshot and just go through this. What is operator? What is arithmetic operator? And yeah, everybody know what is arithmetic operator. Yeah. What is comparison operator? Who doesn't know what is comparison operator? What is bitwise operator? Means these are very basics here. I cannot make a separate video on it. I'll start teaching you what is SQL operator. So this will be a wastage of your time and my energy as well. Take a screenshot and just re-go through this. How many logical operators are there? How many arithmetic operators are there? Take a screenshot and you are good to go. Now the functions. How many functions we have in SQL? We'll cover it while we're doing the questions. Now we'll cover each and everything and you will learn it. It's not at all a rocket science. So there is a count function. There is a sum function. There is a if I talk about aggregate function, we have sum function, we have count function, we have max function, we have min function. These are basically functions. We have abstract, we have cell, we have floor, we have x, mod, power, square root. Just take a screenshot whenever it is required. Make use of it.
Hey guys, welcome back. आज के इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज की। मतलब ये ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज कहाँ यूज करते हैं। कई बार हम क्वेरी लिखते हैं, क्वेश्चन आता है और हमें समझ में नहीं आता है भाई ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज लगाएं कि नहीं लगाएं। लेकिन आज का इस वीडियो आप पूरा देख लेना, आपको पूरी तरह क्लियर हो जाएगा कि ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज कहाँ लगाना है, क्या चीज आप मिस करते हो। तो वो सारी चीजें हम इस वीडियो में क्लियर करेंगे। बस ये अंत तक वीडियो देख लेना, आपको सब चीज समझ में आ जाएगी। सो जानो ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज कहाँ यूज करते हैं। तो मैं पहले एक एग्जांपल लेती हूँ। मेरे पास ये मान लो एक ऑर्डर टेबल है, ठीक है। उसमें कस्टमर आईडी है, ये आप देख सकते हो फॉरेन की है। कस्टमर आईडी 443112 देख के ही लग रहा है फॉरेन की है। ऑर्डर आईडी यहाँ पे प्राइमरी की है, आइटम दिया हुआ है, अमाउंट दिया हुआ है। यानी क्या ये ऑर्डर टेबल क्या दिखा रहा है कि मेरा जो पर्टिकुलर कस्टमर है उसने क्या क्या चीजें खरीदी है, ऑर्डर उसने क्या क्या प्लेस किया है। मान लो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि आप ऑर्डर टेबल से या फिर आप उन सारे कस्टमर का लिस्ट बनाओ, उन्होंने कितने अमाउंट की परचेजिंग की है। तो आप कितने अमाउंट की परचेजिंग कहां से लाओगे? ऑर्डर टेबल से लाओगे। ऑर्डर टेबल में अमाउंट दिया है, कस्टमर टेबल पे तो नहीं जाओगे। तो ऑर्डर टेबल में अब आपको सम करना पड़ेगा। मतलब यहाँ पे कस्टमर आईडी 4 है। अब इसको 4 तो एक ही पर्सन है, कस्टमर आईडी एक ही है, तो अब इन दोनों को क्लब करना पड़ेगा। तो मतलब कि हमें अब रोज जो होती है उसको मर्ज करना है, यानी हमें उसे एग्रीगेट करना है बेस्ड ऑन द जो भी आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट है। तो यहाँ पे हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट है कि भैया मुझे कस्टमर का जो टोटल अमाउंट है मुझे वो दो, मुझे और बाकी सबसे मतलब नहीं है। तो मैं ये यहाँ क्या करूंगी, तो मेरा एक्सपेक्टेड डेटा क्या है, दिमाग में मेरा एक्सपेक्टेड डेटा क्या होगा कि भैया रो में एक ही 4 होगा और ये 400 प्लस 300 ऐड हो जाएगा, एक ही यहाँ पे अमाउंट आएगा, ठीक है। ये चीज यानी अमाउंट और कस्टमर आईडी का मैं अगर निकालना चाहूँ, अमाउंट और कस्टमर आईडी मैं निकाल सकती हूँ। एक टेबल बन जाएगा आपका जिसमें अमाउंट और कस्टमर आईडी, अमाउंट टोटल सम करके आएगा और कस्टमर आईडी आपकी दी रहेगी। तो अब ग्रुप बाय जहां पे भी ये फंक्शन यूज हो जाए, जहां पे हम रोज को एक साथ मर्ज कर रहे हैं, वहां पे आप जान लेना आपको ग्रुप बाय लगाना ही लगाना है। और कैसे लगाना है वो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि गलती वहीं पे होती है। चलो जानते हैं कैसे लगाना है। तो मान लो ये टेबल है, ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं। ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज इज यूज्ड टू गेट समरी डेटा बेस्ड ऑन वन और मोर ग्रुप। मैंने बता दिया, वन और मोर ग्रुप पे आपका समरी निकालना होता है, वही होता है ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज। नाउ इट इज प्लेस्ड बिफोर द ऑर्डर बाय क्लॉज एंड आफ्टर द वेयर क्लॉज, ठीक है। ये उसकी पोजीशन है, वेयर क्लॉज के बाद ही होगा, ठीक है। वेयर क्लॉज के बाद क्यों होगा, आप सोचो। आपने कुछ चीजें फेच कर रहे हो, उसके ऊपर कंडीशन लगाओगे, तब जाके वो चीज एग्रीगेट करेगा ना। बिना कंडीशन के कोई चीज एग्रीगेट कैसे करेगा, समझ रहे हो। तो मेरी कंडीशनल चीजें लगना सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है पहले, और ऑर्डर बाय बाद में क्यों आएगा, दिमाग लगाओ खुद से। अब मेरे पास एक डेटा आ गया, सेट ऑफ डेटा आ गया, अब मैं उसको ऑर्डर बाय असेंडिंग डिसेंडिंग अब मैं लास्ट में करूंगा ना। ऑर्डर बाय हमेशा चीजें लास्ट में होगी, राइट। और वेयर क्लॉज हमेशा कंडीशनल हमेशा पहले होगा, और उसी के बीच में कहीं पे ग्रुप बाय लगता है। आगे देखते हैं। तो कहाँ यूज करते हैं ग्रुप बाय, जब भी सम निकालना हो, एवरेज निकालना हो, मिनिमम निकालना हो, मैक्सिमम निकालना हो, काउंट निकालना हो। ये सारी क्या है, एग्रीगेटेड फंक्शन है। यानी एक क्वेरी में अगर आप एक क्वेरी लिख रहे हो और कहीं पे भी सम और आपका ब्रैकेट में आपका कॉलम नेम आ गया, या फिर एवरेज और ब्रैकेट में कॉलम नेम आ गया, या फिर मिनिमम और ब्रैकेट में कॉलम नेम आ गया, या फिर मैक्सिमम या फिर काउंट, आप जब भी एग्रीगेट फंक्शन यूज करोगे आपको ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज लगाना ही लगाना पड़ेगा अगर आपके साथ कोई नॉन एग्रीगेटेड, ध्यान रखना, नॉन एग्रीगेटेड कॉलम भी फेच हो रहा हो। समझे? चलो यहां पे ध्यान से देखो, यहां पे मैंने एक क्वेरी लिखी है, ठीक है? ओके, ये देखो। अब ये देखो, सेलेक्ट डिपार्टमेंट आईडी। डिपार्टमेंट आईडी क्या है? ये एक नॉन एग्रीगेटेड फंक्शन है। काउंट क्या है? एग्रीगेटेड फंक्शन है। अब जब एग्रीगेटेड फंक्शन मैं कहीं भी लिखूंगी क्वेरी में और उसके साथ अगर एक नॉन एग्रीगेटेड कॉलम आ रहा होगा तो मेरा जो ग्रुप बाय होगा हमेशा नॉन एग्रीगेटेड पे ही यूज होगा। मतलब यहां डिपार्टमेंट आईडी की जगह अगर मेरा इंप्लॉई नेम होता, ठीक है, ईएमपी नेम होता, या फिर कुछ भी नॉन एग्रीगेटेड आपका कोई भी कॉलम होता, तो आपका ग्रुप बाय डिपार्टमेंट आईडी कॉमा इंप्लॉय नेम, या फिर यहाँ पे जितने भी, अगर यहाँ पे n नंबर ऑफ आपके कॉलम होते तो n नंबर ऑफ आपको कॉलम को मेंशन करना ही करना पड़ता ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज के अंदर। अगर आप नहीं करोगे, आप एक बार एक क्वेरी लिख के देखना, चला के देखना, आप ग्रुप बाय ना क्लॉज मत यूज करना, सिर्फ एक कॉलम पे देखना, वो आपको एरर देगा। तो मैं क्या कह रही हूं, ध्यान से सुनो, कि जब भी एक एग्रीगेटेड फंक्शन आ जाए और एक कुछ नॉन एग्रीगेटेड आपके साथ कॉलम हो, तो उस नॉन एग्रीगेटेड कॉलम को आप हमेशा ग्रुप बाय के साथ, क्लॉज के साथ यूज करना। नहीं करोगे एरर आएगा। यही मेन जगह है ग्रुप बाय यूज करने का। तो ये सिंपल सा एग्जांपल था, आपने देख लिया कि मेरे को काउंट फैच करना था, डिपार्टमेंट आईडी नॉन एग्रीगेटेड फंक्शन थी, मैंने क्या किया, उसको ग्रुप बाय में डाल दिया। आगे बढ़ते हैं, एक और एग्जांपल लेते हैं। इसको मैं रिमूव कर दूं, ठीक है। यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो वही सेम एग्जांपल है। मैंने क्या किया है, मैंने यहाँ पे किया अमाउंट मेरा क्या है, एग्रीगेटेड फंक्शन है, ठीक है। अब ये है सम, यहाँ पे हम सम, सॉरी ये क्या मैं लिख रही हूं भैया, सम इज एन एग्रीगेटेड फंक्शन है। अब यहां पे ध्यान दो, यहाँ पे कस्टमर आईडी है, ये नॉन एग्रीगेटेड फंक्शन है, कस्टमर आईडी। तो अब क्या होगा, जो मेरा ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज होगा वो किस पे लगेगा, नॉन एग्रीगेटेड कॉलम पे लगेगा। हमेशा याद रखना, ये बहुत सिंपल है, याद रखना, ठीक है। तो अब क्या, मेरी जो रिजल्ट आया, अब आप देख रहे हो जो मेरा रिजल्ट आया उसमें कस्टमर आईडी है, टोटल आ गया। अब यहाँ पे अगर मैं मान लो, अगर मैं ग्रुप बाय यहाँ पे नहीं लगाती, ठीक है, ग्रुप बाय कस्टमर आईडी नहीं करती, तो वो ग्रुप कैसे करता इन दोनों को। आप इसको तो सम कर दे रहे हो, अगर इसको आप ग्रुप बाय नहीं करोगे तो फिर काम कैसे चलेगा, समझ रहे हो। इस मेस के लिए मैं सॉरी चाहती हूँ, बट मैं आपको बस समझाना चाहती हूँ कि कभी भी आप एग्रीगेशन फंक्शन लगा रहे हो, नॉन एग्रीगेटेड कॉलम को ग्रुप बाय में डाल देना, चाहे n नंबर ऑफ कॉलम हो, 36 कॉलम हो, 32 कॉलम हो, कितने भी कॉलम हो, सारे एक एक करके कॉमा दे के सारा ग्रुप बाय में डाल देना। और यही यूज होता है ग्रुप बाय, इसी को कहते हैं ग्रुपिंग करना रो को। अगर कुछ एग्रीगेटेड फंक्शन कहीं पे किसी कॉलम पे यूज हो रहा होगा तो मैं बाकी रो को ग्रुप बाय कर दूंगी, एक साथ कर दूंगी, ठीक है। होप आपको ये चीज समझ में आ गई होगी, ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज कहाँ यूज करते हैं। अगर आपको फिर भी कोई डाउट है तो डू लेट मी नो इन द कमेंट सेक्शन, और एक बार प्रैक्टिस करना, एक बार कुछ कॉलम लेना, एग्रीगेटेड फंक्शन लेना, ठीक है, एक कॉलम को मिस कर देना, बस 2 कॉलम को डाल के देखना। एरर जब तक नहीं करोगे, गलतियां नहीं करोगे, नहीं सीखोगे। तो एक बार गलती करके देखना, फिर पूरे कॉलम को डालना, आपका रिजल्ट सही आएगा, ठीक है। होप यू अंडरस्टूड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट। और आपको और भी कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट सीखना हो, कुछ डाउट हो, आप कमेंट सेक्शन में बता सकते हो, मैं उस पर एक सेपरेट वीडियो बनाऊंगी और आपकी हेल्प हो जाएगी। तो अभी के लिए कीप लर्निंग एंड कीप एक्सप्लोरिंग। ऑल द बेस्ट गाइस, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग।
You can see the agenda over here, and these are the only important questions which we are going to cover. So now let's move next. Here you can see we are first finding the second highest salary, and this is really a popular question among interviewer. So how to calculate? There are multiple way to calculate second highest salary. What you are seeing on the screen is a general approach. That means you can use this approach on SQL Server or MySQL. Now the non-CSE student will be asking, what do you mean by you can use this approach in SQL Server and MySQL? What is called general approach? So what I'm telling you over here, as we know, we have multiple DB options. Just like any programming language, DB has also, it has their own syntax or keywords. Now, if you see this approach, if you are using this approach for MySQL or SQL Server, it is going to work on both. Now let's understand this. While you are running any SQL query, then first the inner query will be running. And what is the inner query? Select max salary from employee. So while you are going to run this query, the first query that will be running is select max salary from employee. And the max salary, as you can see, this is the table where I have an ID salary. ID is 1, 2, 3, salary is 2K, 7K and 5K. So the max salary would be 7K. Now the outermost query, that is select max salary from employee, where salary not in 7,000. So what is the max salary apart from 7,000? That is 5K. So it is going to give me the second highest salary, that is 5K. Now let's come to the second approach. Here we are doing, now first go and jump into the inner query. Inner query, what it is saying? Select max salary from employee, that will be 7K. Now the max salary from employee where salary is less than the max salary. What is the max salary which is less than 7K? That is a 5K. So in both while you are running both the query, you are going to get the same result. Now let's see the other approach. The other approach, you can see it on my screen. For MySQL and SQL Server, it has their own keywords, right? Now for MySQL, you can solve this same question using limit as well. And for SQL Server, you can solve the same question by using top. So first check the MySQL one. Select salary from employee, order by salary, descending limit to. Limit means whatever the number of limit we are going to give, the result is going to be the exact same amount. Means if you are giving limit 2, means it is going to fetch only 2 rows. If you are going to give limit 3, it is going to fetch 3 rows. If you are going to give limit 1, it is going to fetch 1 rows. Now in MySQL, now let's see the first inner query. In inner query, as you can see, select salary from employee, order by salary, descending order. Order by is a clause. Order by is used for while you are arranging a record in either ascending or descending. By default, it is in ascending order. So to make it in descending order, you need to give descending, DESC, after order by. So that's why what we are doing in the inner query, we are ordering the record in the descending order. So first 7K will come, then 5K and then 2K. So now my second query which will be running, and it is going to give me the result 7K and 5K. Limit 2 means it is going to give me the 2 record, 7K and 5K. Now the outer query, jump to the outer query. It has 2 record. Now the jump to the outer query. Outer query is saying select salary from whatever the inner query, and the limit is 1. It is not mentioning ascending or descending because it is automatically ascending once you are not defining descending. Now the limit is 1 means it is going to give me, it is 7K, 5K, limit is 1, ascending order, 5K, 7K, limit is 1. What it is going to give me? The 5K record. So this is for MySQL limit. Now let's jump to the SQL Server. It is as simple as that. Select top 1 salary from, now let's jump to the inner query. First we will resolve the inner query. Select top 2 from employee, order by salary in descending order. Now it is same as limit. It is going to give me the top 2 result in the descending order. So 7K, 5K. Now the outer query will say, no, give me the 1 record, top 1 record, and that should be in ascending order. Now it will be reverting and it is going to give me top one, that is 5k. So both the query, you can see it on my screen. It is as simple as that. So that's all.
Now here is the next question. How to find nth salary of an employee? I have already explained you how to find second salary of an employee. But nth could be the third highest salary, the fourth highest salary, fifth highest salary. Then how you are going to count that? How are you going to find out that? So for that, I have an answer for you. So as you can see on my screen, it is as simple as that. If you have watched my previous lecture, then you are going to understand it so quickly. Now let's see. As you can see, this slide is from my previous lecture only, and there only I have done is, you can see the limit. So nth means it is asking you to find the nth salary. So instead of top 2, the subquery, in the subquery, you need to make the number 2 equal to n, whatever n. So here you can see in MySQL, in SQL server, I have already compared both in my previous lecture. Now you can see, go to the inner query, select salary from employee, order by salary, limit 2. Means it is going to give me the salary of 2 that is in the descending order. Now if you want the salary of fifth highest salary, then you need to replace that limit 2 with 5. Fourth highest salary, you need to replace descending limit 3, descending limit 4, means descending limit n. That's the only difference you need to make. And the upper query will be the same, the top query. Select salary from the inner query as employee ordered by salary limit 1, because you need to fetch only one record, right? So limit 1 will be always there. Only the changes will be in the subquery, the inner query. Now in the SQL server, it's as simple as that. Instead of top 2, you need to replace it with n. 3, 4, 5. So let's jump to the inner query. Select top n salary from employee, order by salary in descending order. And the upper query, the inner query it's going to change, but the upper query is going to be the same. So that's the only difference between nth highest salary and second highest salary. It is all same. So hope you guys understood this. If you understood this, then don't forget to press thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed it yet. Now in this video, you are going to see where versus having, where we have to use where clause and where we have to use having clause. So let's get started. First, understand where and having both are used to filter a record, like select star from table where salary is greater than 5,000 or where salary is less than this. So I am applying a condition. If the condition is matching, then only give me those results. So this both where and having we are going to use it for filtering, but there is a little difference, and as you can see on my screen, the difference is where is used at the row level, means I'm filtering salary is less than whatever, or country is is equal to US or India, or I'm filtering something with a specific row and with a specific column name. Okay, I'm not doing anything else apart from that. But having, on the other side, having is used on it's a group level filtering. Whenever you are seeing something like aggregation means maybe the average, count, minimum, maximum. If you are aggregating some record, like I want the average salary. If some department has an average salary greater than this, then fetch me those record. So for that department, I'm going to give the average salary, where having average salary is greater than this. Whenever a column name is coming with a aggregating function, then before that you need to apply having instead of where. Where cannot be used with the aggregated function. Make a note of it. Now let's move to the next slide, and you can see here, select star from employee where country is equal to UK. Simple country, there is no aggregated function with the country, simple country. That's why we are using where clause over here. Now in the second statement, you can see select customer ID, comma, country from employee, group by country. Okay, when to use the group by, it's a group by clause, when to use that? So make a note of it again. Whenever you are fetching select aggregated function, comma, any column you are fetching and that is not aggregated, you need to aggregate that with the help of group by. If you are not giving group by country, then it will be throwing you an error. So whenever you are finding an aggregated function with some some field name, maybe the country name, maybe the e name, or maybe xyz, if it is not with the aggregated function, then make sure you need to add the group by, and after that you need to write each name which is not aggregated, so it will be aggregating all those functions. Now having count, this is an aggregated function. Customer ID is greater than 1, count of customer ID, so that's why I used having clause over here, not where clause. So what it is going to give me? It is going to give me the number of customer ID for a particular country. Got it? Now I have a question. Now can we use where and having in a same query? Yes, we can use. As you can see on my screen here in this example, what I am doing, I am fetching select count cust ID, comma, country from employee where country is equal to only UK. I want the result of only UK. Group by country, I told you, whenever you are using aggregated function, comma, non-aggregated, then it should come with group by. Having count cust ID, since its count is an aggregated function, so having should come first. Now what it will give me? It is going to give me the result of all the count of a customer ID for UK, only UK, because I have already filtered UK, right? So it's as simple as that. Hope you guys understood it. If you have understood this properly, don't forget to press thumbs up. In today's video, we are going to differentiate SQL and MySQL. So the way I'm going to differentiate it, just keep it as it is, means keep it as simple as that in your interview. Now point number 1, SQL is a language and MySQL is a database. So wherever you are seeing MySQL and SQL, people are differentiating with some certain parameter, I would say just don't memorize that, just forget about that. Think about a language, you are going to differentiate a language and a software. Think about that way. Now if SQL is a language and MySQL is software, now I have to differentiate a language and a software. Okay, now let's take language. To perform something with the language, I need some IDE, I need some database. For SQL, I will be required some database like RDBMS. So we need to perform SQL command or queries or code on various database or various RDBMS. And on the same side, MySQL is one of the RDBMS which can run SQL on top of it. So on MySQL, you can run the SQL command, and SQL can be written on the MySQL or simply, in simple term, any RDBMS. Simple to understand, right? Now the third point, number 3, if I talk about the complexity, yes, SQL is complex because it's a language, right? You need to understand, you need to learn the basics of the language, the syntax and everything. But for software, what do you need? You just need to download it and you need to install it. That's all. It's not that complex, right? Because you are differentiating a language and a software, right? So it's quite simple. Now this is the basic difference between a SQL and MySQL. So keep it as it is. Keep it straightforward and simple in your interview while you are making somebody understand about SQL and MySQL. So think about a language and a software and differentiate like that way. Okay, so hope this video was informative to you. If it was informative to you, don't forget to press thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed it yet. And I have also uploaded a DBMS series. If you haven't seen that, that too is interview point of view. So you can go ahead and check it out. In today's video, we are going to see delete versus truncate versus drop. So let's get started. So as you can see on my screen, now delete command can be used to delete a row. Means it will be deleting a particular row from a table. Suppose you want to delete where the ID is 2, you want to delete that row. So delete star from table where ID is equal to 1. So you can add the filtering condition of a delete command. But in truncate command, if you are using that on the table, it will delete the entire row from the table. And for drop, if you are using that, then it will remove your table architecture. Table schema will be removed. The content will be removed. Means more or less everything will be removed from the table. Okay, there will be no table in that case. Now drop is quite heavier than truncate, and truncate is quite heavier than delete. Now let's jump to the next point. That is, you can roll back data after using delete command. Yeah. So the data can be rolled back using the delete command. But in truncate and drop, you cannot roll back your data. So that's what it is quite heavier. While you are applying the drop and truncate, you should make a note like you cannot roll back your content. Now the third is delete is a DML command and truncate and drop is a DDL command. So if you don't know these commands DDL, DML, DCL, so I will be recommending you that I have already uploaded a video on this. Where I have differentiated these commands, and this is also a very important interview question. You can check it out in my DBMS series. This one I have already covered over there. So delete is a DML command and truncate and drop is a DDL command. Now let's jump to the last point. While you are using delete, it does not free the space or the memory from the table. Means you are performing it to delete a content, but it will not delocate the memory. But in case of a truncate and drop, it is going to free your memory. Means your memory will no longer be there. So this is a basic difference between delete, truncate and drop. So hope you guys understood this. In today's video, we are going to see the different type of keys in SQL or DBMS, and we'll see with one example and we'll differentiate how we can identify the key in a table. Okay, so what are the keys which I'm going to cover today are super key, candidate key, primary key, alternative key and alternate key, and for foreign key. And trust me, by seeing this video, you will not get confused regarding the keys. So let's get started. Now the first key is super key. Super key is a superset of candidate key. What is candidate key? We'll discuss. A table can have multiple super key. Means what is basically a key? Key is a unique identifier of a table. Unique identifier means if something is making this row unique from other row, that column, that attribute is called a key. So in this existing table, you can see my customer ID, email address and phone number. These three can make this table record distinct. Why? Because no two people have same employee ID, or no two students have same roll number. No two people can have same email address and same phone number. Right? So these three key individually can identify the row uniquely. So I can write out, now let's list down the name. First is customer ID, email ID, phone number. This can uniquely identify my row. Now this third is customer ID. Can I pair it with customer name? Then it will become unique because customer ID is unique. Though the customer name Ram is matching, but they have different roll number. So it will make my record uniquely. Customer ID can be paired with city. Though Ram belongs to the same city, but there is a unique identifier, that is customer ID, which will make the row unique. So my customer ID can be paired with any number of column, or my email ID can be paired with any number of column, or my customer ID and email ID can be paired together and it will make the record unique, or my customer ID and phone number can make the record unique, and my email ID and country can make the record unit, means there are n number of way I can find out my super key. So basically anything, any attribute in the table, if it is making it unique, that means that attribute is the super key. Now let's jump to the candidate key. So as I say, superset of a candidate key. So candidate key will be coming from the super key only, but it is a minimal super key. When I say minimal super key, that means I'm saying, hey, take out the keys from the super key which will be uniquely identifying the rows. Means if there are A, B, C is uniquely identifying together, uniquely identifying the row. If A, B, C is a super key, then is A uniquely identifying the row, or B uniquely identifying the row, or C individually uniquely identifying the row? If yes, then A, B, C, 3 are candidate key. Let's see in this example. Customer ID can uniquely identify row. Yes, it is a candidate key. Email ID can uniquely identify the row. Yes, it is a it's a candidate key. Phone number can uniquely identify the row. It is a candidate key. Customer ID, comma customer name can uniquely identify the row. No. Customer ID I have already added, so I cannot repeat this. But customer name can uniquely identify the row? No. Customer ID, comma phone number can uniquely identify the row? Yes, it can uniquely identify the row, but I have already added it individually. So whatever n number of pairs I have, those pairs cannot be a candidate key. So in this table, I have only customer ID, email address and phone number, which individually can identify a row. So anything which is unique to you, my Aadhaar number, my PAN number, my email ID, my voter ID, my license number, my registration number, my employee ID, all these things are unique to me. Single row, that this is a single attribute that can uniquely identify a row. So that can only take part in a candidate key. So whatever single attribute which can uniquely identify a row is called a candidate key. Now candidate key can be selected from a primary key can be selected from candidate key. So whenever you have to select a primary key, you need to go and check the candidate key, because primary key will be coming from the candidate key. Now here in the customer ID, email address and phone number, you can take any of these as a primary key. Here in this example, we can say customer ID can uniquely identify the row. So I will be taking customer ID as a primary key. Now it will be selected from a super key, or cannot be null, or the table can have one primary key. This is the feature of a primary key. Means primary key is cannot be null, and we have to take it like in one table there will be only one primary key, not more than that. So here I am defining customer ID as a primary key. Now let's jump to the alternative key. Whatever, suppose from the candidate list of the candidate key, if you have selected the primary key, whatever remaining in the list of the candidate key is called alternative key. Got my point? So here I have 3 candidate key. If I am selecting one as a primary key, then other 2 will be my alternate key. That's the only difference between primary key, candidate key and the alternate key. Now point number 4, here email address and phone number is my alternative key. Now from foreign key. Foreign key is something like which will help in referential integrity. Now what is referential integrity? I have already explained in one of my video. I'll provide you the link in the description box. So what what it is doing over here, department ID here in the table 1 is my foreign key. Why? Because what calls a foreign key? What is foreign key? Foreign key is a key which is linking 2 tables together. So in my case, department ID is linking my customer table and my department table. So this is my foreign key. and a foreign key it should be a primary key of other table. I cannot take customer name over here and call it as a foreign key. Foreign key has to be a primary key of another table. So this is the difference between foreign key and other keys. So it linked the table and it maintained the referential integrity of the table. So it's as simple as that. Here department ID is a primary key of my department table and it is a foreign key of my this table, and it is linking both the table, foreign key and primary key, it is linking together.
So today we are going to do join exercise, and we'll see how the joins are, how we can differentiate the joins while solving any question, how to avoid confusion, which join to use while we are solving any problem. So I will give you some patterns to think, or to think before writing the join solution. Means you don't have to worry about which join I have to use. You will only see the question, read the question, and you will find a particular pattern. If that pattern is matching, then we have to use this particular join. So we are going to discuss about more of a pattern, how to identify any join for any question. Now let's proceed. So as I have to mention you in my previous video, I'm going to take the database like this. I'm not going to show you the table and the data like this way, because this is that way we used to do in college. But in competitive exam or in any exam you are taking for database, you are going to have this kind of a schema of the table. They are not going to show you the tables with the data like that way. So that's how I'm going to proceed with the questions in join. So this is nothing but, those who are not familiar with this schema, let me tell you what exactly it is. So if you're seeing this, actor, movie cast, movie director, movie direction, everything is a table, and all the tables are linked with each other. You can see each and every table are linked with each other. So let's see, for first example, the actor is linked with the movie cast is linked with movie is linked with movie direction, and movie direction is linked with director, and movie is also linked with these kind of things. Okay, so this is how every table in database, the architecture of the database, they are linked with each other. Now we'll jump into the question. Okay, so this is our first question. Write a query in SQL to find the name of all reviewers who are rated their rating with a null value. Means the reviewer name who have rated the rating value with null. So first see where the reviewer is in the table. So this is the reviewer table. Means we need to fetch this value, reviewer name, rev_name, we need to fetch this. It is asking me to fetch all reviewer. Okay, then that's easy. Select star or select reviewer name from reviewer. I can say where, and I will join it. If it is asking all the reviewer, then in my mind how what it will strike. Means everything from this table and very less thing from this table. Means outer join, can I say this? It is coming into your mind, yeah? Maybe outer join, but see, read the question properly. Are you going to fetch all the reviewer name? No, right? You are going to fetch only those reviewer name who have rated their value with null. Means particular, though it is written over here all. Don't get confused with, if it is written all, then it's going to be the outer join. Means it is going to take everything from this table, only few things from that table. Don't get confused. So only few reviewer, they have reviewed or they have rated some movie with null value. So now the pattern is, the first pattern is particular in reviewer 1, this table, and particular in rating. When I say particular and particular, see, this is my pattern. When I say particular from this, then the answer is inner join, means the intersection. I'm not saying everything. Did I say everything? No. Did I say everything from rating? No. I said particular movie name from the reviewer and particular from the rating. Not all the ratings are null, right? few rating might be something else. So particular, when I say particular, that means inner join, means intersection, not everything. Now let's see how the reviewer table looks like. Okay, so this is the first time I'm showing you the table, but not every time I'm going to show you. Now see, this is the reviewer table and this is the rating table. In the rating table here you can see, I will mark it, wait. So here you can see the value is null and here also the value is null. So what is the reviewer ID name? This is the reviewer ID and this is the reviewer ID, means primary key. This is primary key and when it comes here it is a foreign key. Okay, this is a foreign key over here. Now what is the null value? Who has given the null value? Which reviewer? 9008. Where is 9008? Means this person has not rated. This has given null value. Who is the next one? 9016. Where is the 9016? This person has also not given any rating. Okay, so these two person, I need to frame a query so that I will get only these two person. So what I said, particular from this table and particular from this table. When I say particular and particular, that means what I said, inner join. So I'll first remove this all stuff. Let's clean the screen. Okay, now let's move to next slide. We'll see. Okay, we'll see this also. Particular means intersection. All means everything, then it will be a full join. When I said everything from the left table and particular from the right table, then it will be a left join. When I say when it will be a right join, particular from the left table and everything from the right table, then it will be a right join. This is my pattern. I use the word particular. So you can have your own words, okay, while you are writing any question. So here in the table we have particular. So we are going to perform it, the inner joins. Though the question was written all reviewer, don't get confused. All reviewer means left join. I have to take all reviewer. No, only reviewer who have rated the value null. So this is very simple question, very simple way they have framed the query. Select reviewer name from which table? Reviewer. So first table will be reviewer. This is nothing but A is a alias. Inner join, rating table. Rating table ko we have joined. We have joined with reviewer. Alias is B on A.id, B.id. I have shown you, right? There is a primary key. Reviewer is a primary key of reviewer ID, and reviewer ID is a foreign key of rating. So they are joined on this ID, where reviewer start is null. Reviewer starts is null. So this is how we can get. Now let's come to value solve. N number of question you will. If the more you practice, the more you will know. But there in this video, I have taken very diverse questions. So if you solve all this question which I have covered here, you are definitely gain something from this video, I'm sure. Now the next question is, write a query in SQL to list the first and last name of all the actor who were casted in a movie. Movie name is Annie Hall, and the role they played in that production. Okay, means I need to fetch all the actor who, and where is the movie table? Movie table is there, here. Movie title, what will be the movie title? Annie Hall. Okay, but these two tables are not directly connected, are they? See, is there any link you are seeing from this table, actor table, to movie table? Are you seeing something? Any direct link? I'm saying, did you see any connection direct from here to here? No, right? We don't have such connection. Then how I can reach to actor, from actor to movie? Yeah, we have a path. What is that path? Where is the pencil? Okay, so we have a path, and that is starting from this actor. It is going to the movie cast, and from movie cast it is going to the movie. So what we have? So though we cannot go directly from here to here, but we can go via movie cast to here. So we need to join three tables over here. First is the actor table, second is the movie cast, third is the movie. So we have to perform any kind of join on these three tables. Now what the next question is, which join I need to perform? Okay, now read the question again. First name and last name of all the actors. So are we going to fetch all the actors from this table? All the actors? No. See the next line. Who were casted in a movie Annie Hall? So one thing is confirmed, that from this table I am going to have only particular actor. How many? Only particular actor from the acting table. That's great. Means inner join on first table, which has worked in Annie Hall. Annie Hall is a movie, means it's a particular movie from the movie. So here also particular, which has been casted in a role. Means this is, so the conclusion is particular. I need to fetch few actor name from here, from the particular movie. Now which join we have to perform? Easy, simple. Inner join, correct. So we need to perform inner join. You can see particular. Let me erase this stuff. Okay, let's clean the board. So you can see here particular, that's what I said. So we are going to write inner join. Select actor name, first name, last name and role. It has asked role also. Let me see. First name, last name of all the actors who were casted in a movie Annie Hall, and the role they played, means actor name with their role they played in a production. Yes, these three things I have to fetch. The first is actor first name, actor last name, their role. So let's start joining the table. Now from actor is moving to the movie cast, and movie cast is linked with movie table. On the first condition, on movie cast is linked with actor, and but what is the linked? What is the common ID between both the table, actor and movie cast? The common ID is act ID. Act ID is a primary key in actor. Act ID is primary key in movie cast. So we are going to perform on operation between these two tables on the act ID. Here between movie cast and movie, we are going to perform the operation on movie ID. Movie ID is common between these two. So it's as simple as that. Where movie title is Annie Hall. Was that difficult? No, right? What I said, just take a pattern, particular from this table, particular from this table, and you are good to go. Now let's move to the next question. Okay, write a SQL query, find the name of a movie and director. Okay, movie director name, first and last name, who directed a movie that cast a role of for eyes wide shut. Oh my god, this seems very difficult, right? But it is not. Let's see. First, after reading the question, even the question is of 5 lines, 6 lines, 10 lines, don't get scared. Just break those questions into pieces. Now first, what it is asking? It is asking me the name of a movie, means the name of a movie will come from the movie table. And the next question, next thing it is asking, the first name and last name of a director. Here is the director table. Okay, the first name and last name from the director table, and who directed a movie that casted a role eyes wide shut, means the movie title is eyes wide shut. But he is also saying who directed a movie that casted a role, means there is no connection. The role movie cast means it should have a data in the movie cast as well. Means my movie, this eye wide shut, should have some role in the movie cast. Why it is mentioned here? Who directed a movie that casted a role for a movie? That casted a role for a movie. A role. Minimum a role. Now let's see what is the join type. Now first see, let's find out the pattern. Are we going to have all the movie name? No. Particular movie name. Are we going to have all the director name? No. Particular director name. The director name means particular, and all the tables we are going to have only particular result. So when I say particular, what is the join type? It's inner join type, right? You must be thinking why there is no question on full join. We'll come to that. First find out the pattern of an inner join, how the question may come for in your exams. Now, what is the join type? Inner join type. How the query will be? What is that? I said inner join type. This is natural join. Okay, just to tell you that we can solve some question in inner join as well as in natural join. We'll come to the natural join later. Okay, I just wanted to show you that we can solve this question with the help of inner join, but you can solve a single question in a different way. That's what my intention, to bring all the solution, all possible solution over here. So the first is natural join. We can solve it, this inner join question. Not all the natural join are inner join, but few can be. This is the case. Now the inner join, yeah, that's what I'm expecting. For inner join, it is not necessary to write here inner join. You can only write join. That's fine. Now the first is director name, director last name, movie title, from. Let's start with this direction. Take only one direction and move towards the end result, to move toward the tables. So I'll start with the director name, then I will come to the movie director, then movie director is linked with movie, then I will go to the movie cast. So how it is linked? Movie director is linked with the movie direction is linked with movie is linked with movie cast. So all the four table I have to join. So there is a common between direction and director is movie direction is director ID. Movie ID here in the movie direction, movie ID here, common. Movie ID here, movie cast, movie ID here. Okay, all four table are connected. Now let's see. The answer is very simple. Join on the table where. Now see the where condition. It has told like it should have a role, at least casted a role in this table. Means can I make it the role is not null? Means it can have many roles, right? But it is saying a role, minimum a role. Means I will say the role is not null and movie title is this one. Eyes wide shut, whatever. So this is a possible solution. The more you practice, the better you will understand. So my intention is to make this video is to identify the pattern. We'll come to the clause like where clause and why we are using this. If condition comes, how we are going to write it, what is a null, why we are using it. We'll come to it later on. I'm expecting while you are watching this video that you have basic understanding of why we use where clause and all that stuff. Now, but guys, my favorite way to write inner join solution to the query is this one. I never prefer writing joins again and again. How I do? I usually take all the columns which it is asking from direction, movie, movie cast. I write all the name of the movies in a line with some alias so that it will be easier for me to give the movie ID name. And then what I will do, I will perform a where clause. This is also a way to write an inner query. And I write A dot direction ID, B dot direction ID, and condition. B is nothing but movie direction, movie director, direction, movie ID. B dot movie ID is equal to C dot movie ID, and C dot movie ID is equal to D dot movie ID. And role is not null and movie title is equal to this. This is actually everybody has their own preference way to write any query, right? So this is how I preferred. I keep one thing one thing in one line and the other thing in one line. So but it depends on you. My intention to show you this type of different way to write a query is that you will not get shocked. Oh my god, why they are written it like this way. This is an inner join, but they have written it like this way. So this is also an inner join, you can call it. Okay, this is also, we can write the inner join query. Now let's move to the next question. Write a query in SQL to list all the actor. So if I say all the actor, are you going to show all the actor? Means, is this going to be an outer join? Means not particular, but I will say everything from the actor. But no, first read the complete sentence. Who have not acted in any movie between this to this two, means 1990 to 2000. Means we are not going to fetch all the actor. Means particular actor who have acted in any movie between which year, 1990 to 2000, from the particular year. Particular, when I say particular, that means inner join. So we are going to perform inner join on this. It is as simple as that. Select first name, last name, movie title from actor, comma, movie cast, comma, movie. That's the way I told you, right? I don't prefer writing join and write on. I prefer writing everything in a one line. Then I perform where clause. So actor is linked with a movie cast on movie act ID. A dot act ID is equal to B dot act ID, and B dot movie ID is equal to C dot movie ID, and C dot movie year not between 1990 to 2000. So the movie year should not acted in between 1990 to 2000. So this is how we write. I will highly recommend you. So the more you practice more and more question related to the dates and related to increase, decrease, these kind of thing, how we write it in the SQL, the better you will improve yourself. So practice more and more question, you will get to know. Now the next question, let's level up. Okay, this seems 4-line question, seems very tough, but let's read it out. Write a query in SQL to list all movies. It is asking again all movies with title, year, date. Okay, it is asking me everything, to fetch almost everything. Movie duration, first, last name of the director. Oh, it is asking me from the director also you need to fetch the director first name and last name, which released. But here again the condition came. Though they ask me all movie name, but they have put it some condition. Means from the movie name, how many records I have to fetch? Particular record. And from director, how many I have to fetch? Particular director. Because few directors have released their movie, before or after, after 1989 as well, right? So not every director I'm going to fetch. So particular. Then which join we have to perform? Inner join. Now first thing we'll do, we'll fetch, title, select all movie with title, movie name, comma, year, comma, date release, that movie DTREL, movie duration, that is nothing but movie time. Where is the duration? Okay, maybe this one. First and last name of the director, comma, dir first name, dir last name. Okay, now we have to perform join. Either you can join starting from here, director to here, or you can join from movie to the director. It's your personal choice. Now as you know, it's an inner join because we have said like particular and particular. Then yeah, we are going to perform inner join. So let's starting with the movie, then we'll come to movie direction, then it will be a joining director. So that's how we have gone from the movie to the director. Movie direction, it's in between. This table has come because it is linked. It has linked movie and director table. So it is, that's why we have written it over here. Now this is nothing but primary key, foreign key on which it is joined. Now join director on direction ID, dir ID. Now movie date release is less than this one. Okay, movie date release, what they said, the director which release date before means less than 1st January 1989, and sort the result set according to the release date from the highest to lowest. Means we have to sort everything in the descending order from highest to lowest. That is as simple as that. Order by release date, that is descending order. DSC is a descending stand code, and order by is just we use it for sorting. This is nothing but movie release date less than this date. So did you find it very difficult? You will not. As soon as you will start practicing the question, you'll find it easy. Anyways, thank you guys. This is all about today's session, and today's session I have covered only the inner join questions, so that you can identify the patterns of inner join questions. Though the question is asking all the record from this table, and from that table you need to fetch something, but you need to read the question carefully, and you need to find the notes between the table. Okay, it is asking me to fetch all the record, but it is having some condition over here, so I cannot fetch all the records. So what condition I have to apply? Particular means inner join. This is my way to solve any question. Like for inner join, I use the word particular from table A, particular from table B. Now in the next session, we are going to see the pattern of left join, right join, and full join, and we'll solve all those questions, and we'll identify how without thinking about confusing yourself, how we can solve any question. So for that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I will highly recommend you to please press the subscribe button, so that whenever I'm uploading the next video, you will be getting notified. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.